This is Channel 9 Eyewitness News this morning. Coverage you can count on.
This deadly crash in Orange County is under investigation. It's at the same spot where a woman lost her son in a wreck last year.
It hits different because no one should ever lose anybody.
What she wants done to make your family safer.
Rainstorms on the way. We're starting out dry, but a blob of rain back to the west. I'll time it out for us as we head through the day and the week.
And flooding in South Florida led to the highest gas prices of the year. What you can expect at the pump now that those tankers are back on the road. A relief for so many down south. Good morning. It is 4:30 as we start this new week together. I'm Alexa Lorenzo.
And I'm Carla Ray. We start with a chance of storms in our forecast. We want to get over to Brian Shields in Severe Weather Center 9.
Yeah, and that rain chance bumping up. Good morning. Let's get a look at the numbers right now. And we are off to a dry start. 60s and 70s around. Lots of 70s from Cocoa Beach through New Smyrna Beach, Daytona Beach. Few 60s in Flagler County, inland Volusia. 60s in Ocala. We're in the 60s, mid to upper 60s, Seminole, Orange, and Osceola. 68 degrees now in Kissimmee. 69 Waterford Lakes, Orlando. Get toured up through Oviedo by the mall. Temperatures in those upper 60s. Now our satellite radar picture, clouds are going to increase. It'll be a pretty nice sunrise, and then the clouds will build in. And then as we go throughout the day, we're going to see that higher chance of rain and storms. Lots of action back here in the Gulf, and that's going to be the pattern throughout the week. We'll get waves of rain and storms that will work in at times, and we're going to see that this afternoon through this evening. Taking it through the day, you see 78 at 10 o'clock, then we get into the low 80s, but then we cloud up. Spotty showers and storms already around for some of us at noon, and then more widespread when the kids are getting out of school and you may be getting out of work. So I want to track that and go over the rain totals with you next. It's 4:31.
All right. Right now, we are asking Florida Highway Patrol whether anyone will face charges in this terrible, deadly crash. State troopers say a teenager in a car that had been reported stolen ran a red light and caused another car to flip, killing the driver inside. That happened yesterday morning on Dean Road near the 408. Channel 9's Demi Johnson reports that intersection has been the site of other fatal crashes. That was Demi Johnson reporting. Now, we are still working to learn the identity of the victims involved in that crash.
New from overnight, we'll check in with the Ocala Police Department to learn more about a suspect accused of setting 5 fires in and around HCA Florida's West Marion Hospital. Fire crews were called to the hospital on Southwest 46th Street around 7:30 last night. This is near Southwest College Road. Even before crews got there, the fires were identified in a coffee station, men's restroom, and women's restroom. 2 more fires were also reported outside. Police say they later arrested a suspect.
This morning, Flagler County deputies will continue their search for a missing woman. Take a look at your screen. We have a picture of Erica Bergeron that the investigators want you to see. They say that she was last seen on Thursday at Palm Coast Lanes Bowling Alley. She might be driving a 2021 Toyota Camry. If you see her or know where she could be, contact the Flagler County Sheriff's Office.
SpaceX has confirmed a new date for the launch of a Falcon Heavy rocket from our Space Coast. That launch window is now scheduled to open on Wednesday evening at 7:24 from the Kennedy Space Center. The huge rocket is scheduled to send several communication satellites into orbit. When it goes up, you can see that launch on Channel 9 and on WFTV.com.
New this morning, you will notice some bad news if you need to stop and get gas on your way to work or school this morning. Prices here in Florida have surged over the last week, up by an average of 15 cents a gallon. Take a look here. The average price is now $3.71. This time last week, the price was just $3.56. Now, AAA says historic flooding in South Florida we've been telling you about caused widespread gasoline outages, and that meant relocating fuel supplies from other regions. And you may notice that your car insurance premiums are on the way up. Coming up in 10 minutes, 9 investigates what's causing the higher bills and why the premiums in Florida are going up faster than any other state. It is 4:40 now on our Monday morning, getting a check of a better chance of rain and possibly storms today, Brian.
Yeah, we'll get a look at the rain outlook now. This morning we're dry, but as we go throughout the day, we're going to see some of that rain pumping in. Here's a look at some of the future rain, at least the potential. And this just gives us a feel that some spots may get about 1/10 of an inch of rain. Not all of us get the rain, but the chance is a lot higher today. But if you do, we're going to see some spots easily over an inch of rain because especially I-4 out toward I-95, we're going to get some thunderstorms around today. So some spots get a couple inches of rain as we hit the afternoon and evening. Now the winds will be out of the east as we go throughout the day. That'll keep us comfortable. So the temps will be comfortable throughout the day. Let me get to those. And you see those numbers, 8 o'clock, 71, and then we'll get to about 81 at noon, but leveling off there because the clouds will have built in, and then we're going to see some of the wet weather as we hit the afternoon and evening. So dressing the kids, shorts and short sleeves are fine. May want a sweatshirt or something like that this morning, but go with some of that rain gear. Have that umbrella in the back seat because after school and after work, that's when we'll have some of the rain and storms later, but at least a dry start as we head out. Now, I updated Future Track. I want to show you the rounds of rain and storms on the way, not just for today, but as we swing through the rest of the week. It's 4:41. Alexa.
Local organizations have been working hard to help those who are living on the streets.
There's still a growing number of people that are experiencing homelessness here.
Coming up, the change that's helping them get more people into a permanent place to live.
Plus, bankruptcy for Bed Bath & Beyond, your final chance to use up your coupons. And next.
Food expenses have gone up, you know, the gas, the fluctuation with that has gone up.
We're all feeling it. You may feel the same way, but 9 Investigates explains how you can save hundreds on your car insurance. It's 4:42. It's almost 4:45, and on average, it costs roughly $2,000 a year for full car insurance coverage in the U.S., but data from Bankrate.com shows it is significantly higher here in Florida. Go figure. Channel 9 investigative reporter Shannon Butler digs into what's driving this increase and how much it'll cost you. Meantime, you can save some cash through Florida's toll relief program. We'll tell you how much money the average driver is getting coming up in less than 10 minutes. All right, 4:47, and Alexa spent some time this weekend with the Florida-Puerto Rican Parade.
How was the weather?
Busy,
Did it work out?
It was so hot.
Okay.
Like,
All right, you told me
really
have it
hot.
dry. I did not hear a request about the temperature, so
Yeah.
next year I got
She's
that.
getting very picky.
So, okay, all right, I got that. I didn't know.
I almost texted you and said, too hot, please bring fan.
I thought you wanted like 95, 100. That's my mistake. So let's get you, I would have brought you a fan. Too hot, please bring the fan. All right, let's get you outside. Here we are, Daytona Beach. Flags are flying this morning. And I want to take you through the week ahead because we've got some rain around. All right, 70 now in Daytona Beach. There are the winds east-northeast. Sunrise 6:49, and that sunset 7:56. Step check for us this morning. 60s in Flagler County, 60s and 70s in Volusia, 70s back through Brevard, Titusville, Mims. We're at 73 through Sharps, Vieira, Lotus, Cocoa, and Cocoa Beach, all in those low to mid 70s. 75 Melbourne and Palm Bay, Harmony, Holapaw, Kissimmee, St. Cloud, Celebration running in the 60s. Apopka, Winter Garden, Winter Park, Orlando, Eatonville, Waterford Lakes in the 60s. 60s back through Oviedo, Castleberry, and Winter Springs. Windsor, pretty light for the most part, a little breezier along the coast. Well, that easterly flow again around today. So this morning we start out dry. So that's good, of course, for the morning drive, getting off to work, getting off to school. But you see here some rain and storms back in the Gulf of Mexico. That's a preview of our weather later today. Water mid-70s, surf 3 to 4 feet, of course, watching out for some storms this afternoon. So a mix of 70s and 80s for the highs. Dry to start, then scattered rain and storms. Winds east 10 to 15. Then tonight, spotty showers. Otherwise, mostly cloudy, numbers down in the 60s. Now, the whole week stays active. Look at these numbers as far as that rain chance is concerned. Your 7-day forecast, a 40% chance tomorrow, back to a 50% chance on Wednesday, and still scattered rain and storms Thursday, Friday, even into the upcoming weekend. At times we catch some breaks. Other times we get some of the rain favoring the afternoon hours. Eventually by Sunday, a front should kick through on Sunday, and that will settle down the weather pattern some as we get into next week. But it's clearly busy. I want to update the city-by-city rain totals. I'll do that ahead. It is 4:50. Carla?
Well, you've got to see this video of a massive fire during a show out at Disneyland in California. Coming up, how this incident could impact our theme parks here at home.
And homelessness is still a huge issue here in Central Florida. Next, the major support some organizations are getting to help get people off the streets. It's 4:50.
Drone 9, only on Channel 9 Eyewitness News, getting you closer over the scene of breaking news.
Drone 9, sponsored by StrataAC.com. You ought to call Strata.
Good news in the battle against homelessness. A local organization says it's helping more people in Orlando get off the streets and into a home. The Christian Services Center says it helped more than 140 people find a place to live so far this year. Channel 9's Sabrina Majore has more on what's behind the change. Orlando leaders plan to use $58 million in federal funds over the next few years to help address homelessness in the city.
The Florida Department of Transportation is updating us on how much money you could be saving through the state's toll relief program. That program gives rebates to frequent toll users. On average, drivers got more than $31 back in the first quarter of the year. FDOT says that more than $41 million in credits were refunded to more than 1 million people last month. If you have a Bed Bath & Beyond coupon you wanted to use, it's only good for a few more days. The company filed for bankruptcy yesterday, and it will stop accepting coupons on Wednesday. Instead, Bed Bath & Beyond expects to offer deep discounts on its products as part of its going out of business sales.
We have a scary warning for anyone who has a sledgehammer in their garage. More than 2 million sledgehammers are now being recalled because the heads of those hammers can fly off while they're being used.
Goodness.
The Consumer Product Safety Commission announced a recall of those products made by DeWalt, Stanley, and Craftsman. There have been 192 reports of the heads of those sledgehammers coming off. 2 incidents involved injuries to someone's head and face, so be aware. This morning, state troopers are investigating a deadly crash in Orange County.
At the top of the hour, what we're working to learn about the teenagers who were in one of those cars that was reported stolen.
And this is later today. Rainstorms in the outlook. Some of those could be strong. Watching out for some downpours in spots. So I want to go over the rain totals and that very active week ahead. It's 4:56.